Hey guys, I'm Darren Miles with Darren Miles Photography, and I'm based here in beautiful, sunny Southwest Florida, and this is the iFootage Cobra 2 c-180 monopod. And if I could sum up this piece of kit in one word, that word would be versatile. Stick around and I'll explain. Now, I don't typically review support devices, that is tripods, monopods, etc. But like most photographers, I use them, and I use them regularly in my business and with my personal photography as well. But these are the kind of items that they're critical, but they sort of hang out in the background. Oftentimes, these devices are in fact the backbones, literally and figuratively, of our businesses and our personal photography. Now, recently I was approached by iFootage to review their latest monopod, and again, this is the Cobra 2 c-180, which has some really cool and innovative features that make utilizing this particular monopod, frankly, an absolute pleasure. Now, in full disclosure, iFootage did in fact send me this monopod free of charge in exchange for this review. Now, this was and is my only compensation as of the time of this review. There is a link in the description to get your own Cobra 2, but it is not an affiliate link. That is, if you use the link, I'm currently not compensated by you clicking on the link to purchase one of these monopods. So with that out of the way, let's get on to the review. Now, given that this isn't a lens, we're going to grade the Cobra 2 based on the following categories: build quality, ease of use, innovative features and versatility, and lastly, value. Each category will be assigned 10 points to it, and the final score will be calculated at the end out of 40 total points possible. So now, finally, let's get on to the review. First up is build quality, and it's really nice and stylish. In fact, if this stick were measured on style alone, it'd be a 10. The combination of black carbon fiber tubes and red sleeves and buckles make the Cobra 2 an aesthetically gorgeous monopod, if you can call a monopod gorgeous, but I digress. Coming in at 1.35 kilograms, which is just under 3 pounds, the Cobra 2 isn't feather light, but it's not so heavy that it's burdensome either. And when you consider that it has a max payload of 10 pounds, that's a fairly decent weight to capacity ratio. And at that weight, the 1.35 kilograms, it feels like it can withstand the rigors of professional use, which is to say, it doesn't feel cheap. Now, the buckles are thick and grippy, and the feet are also thick and stable. But I wouldn't call this a tripod by any means. Now, you can adjust the tension of the base stand right here with this knob right here to reduce how much the stick moves from side to side. Now, it's still fairly easy to topple, but obviously it's a lot more stable than a run-of-the-mill monopod that you can never let go of out of fear of breaking your expensive gear. Lastly, the 180 stands for 180 centimeters, which is how tall the monopod can extend vertically. And 180 centimeters is just under 6 feet tall, and that's pretty tall. So overall, the Cobra 2 is a well-built monopod that's clearly designed for professional use. So for build, the Cobra 2 gets a perfect 10 out of 10. Next up is ease of use. And in a word, simple. I mean, come on, it's a monopod. These things were never designed to be complicated in the first place. And the Cobra 2 is as simple and as versatile as it gets. It extends and retracts with ease. When the buckles are locked down, they're locked down. The feet on the tripod base are also easy to use. They have 3 settings. You can extend them out. And the retraction button is easy to see because it's red and it really stands out. Now, when you're using the feet in a shooting situation, you can loosen the tension right here, making the base of the stick more fluid or more tight and easier to use and maneuver so you don't miss your shots. Of course, you can tighten the tension to keep this monopod upright without any, any assistance or whatever, which would be good for like a time lapse, but I don't care how stable these little feet are. I'm always a little bit uneasy about leaving that kind of expense on tripod legs this small. By the way, you can remove the tripod feet here, and it becomes a miniature tripod. But again, given its feature set of the Cobra 2, like most monopods, it's as simple gets. So for ease of use, the Cobra 2 gets another perfect 10 out of 10. It's simple. Next up is innovative features and versatility. Now remember, it's a monopod, but there are some really neat party tricks here, and versatility is where the Cobra 2 really shines. For starters, this is the first time that I've seen this kind of design in a monopod. I've seen something similar with one of the gimbals that I use, but rather than having to screw and unscrew the monopod from one camera to another, iFootage has created this thing that they call the quick release sleeve. And basically, the sleeve retracts, freeing the plate that screws into your camera. This means that you can have multiple cameras standing at the ready to just drop into a Cobra 2. Now to me, this is so much easier and faster than screwing and unscrewing monopods from cameras, and it also can save you the expense of having to purchase additional monopods. You're much more likely to get the shot this way as well. Now the feet, as I mentioned previously, can also be removed, and you can drop this portion of your camera into the feet, giving you a low-to-the-ground tripod for some of those really low-to-the-ground shots. Now the one area that I haven't touched on yet is using a monopod like this in video. What I often do is attach my gimbal to the monopod to give me low-flying drone-like shots, and I can also do like jib-like shots in combination with a gimbal. A monopod like this brings in all kinds of new creative possibilities for filmmakers. Now, in my opinion, it's tough to innovate with something like a monopod, but I think iFootage has done an amazing job here in making the Cobra 2 not only innovative and easy to use, but these are innovations that actually add value to something as old school and as traditional as a monopod. So for innovative features and versatility, the Cobra 2 gets another perfect 10 out of 10. Last up is value. With a list price of $184, the Cobra 2 is a little bit on the pricey side, but I think you get a lot of value for the money, especially when you compare the Cobra 2 to many other carbon fiber monopods available in the marketplace today, notably the closest from Manfrotto, the MVM X Pro C5 US. Who comes up with these names? It too is carbon fiber, and at 2.2 pounds, it's 25% lighter and it can hold 10% more weight at 11 pounds. It also extends out about 3 inches taller, but it doesn't have the quick releases, and it's about $50 more than the Cobra 2 at list prices. Now there are cheaper carbon fiber monopods out there in the marketplace, but they're going to have fewer features. By the way, the one thing that I neglected to mention is this really amazing case that iFootage includes with the Cobra 2. This thing is as well built as the monopod that it was designed to protect. In the end, what it really comes down to is what you need and what you value in a monopod. For me, the iFootage is a great value for the money and is the perfect mix of versatility, simplicity, and durability that I require in my professional and personal work. So for value, we give the iFootage Cobra 2 C-180 a 9 out of 10. And overall, the Cobra 2 C-180 gets a 39 out of 40 in our coveted Editor's Choice Award. I'm Darren Miles with Darren Miles Photography, and I'm based here in beautiful, sunny Southwest Florida. If you like videos like this, be sure to give me a like, or better yet, subscribe. And until the next time, happy shooting.